This video is going to be a review of the Falsies Volume Express by Maybelline, and I have this in Black Drama. Okay, so how I got this is a bit of a funny story. My brother bought it for me for my birthday, but he didn't, I didn't see him until after my birthday. So on the day that he gave it me, I'd actually been shopping beforehand, and I was this close to buying it, and then my mum goes, "No, you've got enough mascaras, leave it." She didn't have any idea that my brother had bought it me, and then when I got back, what was waiting for me, I originally wasn't going to get the Black Drama one. I was going to get the normal one because I'd heard the Black Drama one flaked really bad. I've never had a problem with flaking, so I wasn't worried about that, but I didn't want that to be a reason I didn't like it, and I'd never heard anything bad about the original one in terms of the formula. The brush, I think the brush is the same as in the normal Falsies. It's a spoon brush. I really like the brush. I have quite big eyes, obviously, so this for me is like the perfect size brush. It kind of gets in everywhere. I don't know why I wiped the bottle, but it gets into the very edge corner, the very inner corner, and I just kind of wiggle it up and all my lashes are kind of covered. I do think that because of the brush, you get even more excess. It's quite clumpy, the brush is, but I quite like that. I quite like kind of clumpy, spidery lashes, but it's not too much. It's not that kind of clumpy where it's like, ugh. The first couple of times I used it, it was too much, and I didn't like it, and I felt like it was getting everywhere. It kind of go all over my eyelid, and it would smudge everywhere. I didn't like it at all when I first got it, but to kind of counteract that, when I was first wearing it, to try and get used to it, because I thought I might be applying it wrong, I used a a lash comb. They're little metal things that you just kind of brush through your lashes. That helped to kind of separate it. And the end result after I did that was amazing. I think this mascara is a lot better once it dries out a bit. I've had it for about a month now, and it's dried out a bit, not excessively, but I think right now it's the perfect mascara for me. I do think that because it's a bigger brush, if you have quite short lashes naturally, then this isn't going to do much for you, because bigger brushes are grab onto bigger, longer eyelashes. Bigger brushes grab onto longer eyelashes. That's why the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara is such a little wand, because it's made for little, short, lower lashes. So if you have really, really short lashes, what I would suggest is using the Maybelline, the one in the green tube, not the pink tube with the green top, and they always say it's the #1 bestseller. It's a rubbish mascara for me. It doesn't do a lot for me, but that's because I have quite long lashes naturally. Not excessively long, but they're there, so it doesn't really do much for me. But on the bottom lashes, I always use it if I'm going out, because it gives a really dramatic look. So I'm guessing it would do the same on top lashes if you have short, sparse lashes. Also because the formula's wet, it's a lot easier to build up on shorter lashes. But back to the Falsies. I really, really like this mascara. I don't know what else to say about it. It's quite cheap. I like the packaging. What I would say is it's got a bit of an artificial smell. So if I did a video before on hypoallergenic makeup, which I'll link below if you're interested. That video I discussed all about different foundations, different brands that were made for sensitive skin, sensitive eyes, whatever. This isn't going to be very good if you have sensitive eyes, because it does have that artificial smell. I don't think that would be any good if you have sensitive eyes. I don't have particularly sensitive eyes, but this makes my eyes water a bit. So I'm guessing if it can do that to me, then if you have sensitive eyes, I would stay away from it and go for something that, I don't know, is a bit more natural. I don't know what, I can't remember what I mentioned in that video in terms of mascara, but I don't think there is a lot. But just stay away from anything with strong perfumes, and I've heard that all of the Maybelline mascaras are like that. Apparently the Colossal one smells like roses. I don't know. So yeah, just stay away from anything that's too heavily scented. I discussed that in my Too Faced Lash Injection mascara as well, which is one of my first videos. That smelled strongly of chocolate orange. Again, sensitive eyes, no good. In terms of the flaking, that I was a bit scared of when I got this. It does flake a little. What I'm going to do at the end of this video, like I did with my last mascara review, which was the Max Factor one, I'll put a picture with me with no mascara on, then one with one coat, and then one with two coats, so you can see. And if I have time, I might post one at the end of the day. I don't know whether I'll be able to do that though, because I normally can't do anything in the morning, so you won't be able to see it's too good. If you rub your eyes a lot, this is going to come straight off, but don't rub your eyes if you've got makeup on, bit of a given. It isn't waterproof, so you can't, it doesn't smudge, it flakes. I don't know, like, if you look in the mirror after a while, you don't get pan dry, you just kind of see like little clumps, and you can just wipe them away. It's not a really big deal, but I don't have a particularly big problem with flaking anyway, I just never have done. But I guess if you have a massive problem with flaking, every mascara flakes on you, then a mascara that's known for flaking is only going to exacerbate, that isn't a word, it's only going to exaggerate the problem, make it worse, you know. Why didn't I just say that? I like the packaging, I think it's really cute. I like all like the tacky mascaras. You don't like high-end mascaras are just plain black, boring. I like something that's a bit tacky. I like all the look of the Rimmel mascaras. This bright purple, I like the Colossal because it's bright and yellow. I've never tried it, but I like the packaging. I think that's probably going to be next on my hit list. But yeah, really like the mascara. At the moment, it is my favourite. I also really like the Rimmel Lash Accelerator, and for me, because this is quite thickening, it's not really that lengthening, but it gives a decent amount of length. But it's not made for lengthening, it's kind of made to give you like pow lashes, and pow lashes aren't really that long, they're normally just quite thick. So to get kind of the best mascara ever for me is by mixing the Lash Accelerator by Rimmel and this, and then that's a perfect combo. I normally put the Lash Accelerator on straight after, because they're both quite wet, so they do go quite nicely together, and because that's quite a defining brush, it kind of helps to wriggle out any clumps. So yeah, really like this. It's different in the way it looks compared to normal Falsies, because it's got like this black lace detail around the cap. Yeah, really like it. It's quite cheap compared to normal high street mascaras. For some reason, drugstore mascaras are getting so expensive now. I mean, the Max Factor one is about £11. I know the L'Oreal Million Lashes or whatever it's called is about £12. That's ridiculous. Like, you can go into MAC and get a mascara for like £12-13. That's stupid. MAC is meant to be like almost high end, you know, and then you go like Clinique, their mascaras are like £20, but it's not that far away from drugstore. But as far as I'm aware, this is about £7. But normally, if you go in Boots, or even Superdrug, but for some reason Boots seems to be cheaper than Superdrug now, even though it always used to be the more expensive shop. They seem to be having a lot of deals on Maybelline lately and L'Oreal. So if you're interested in like getting a couple of their mascaras or whatever, if you're interested in anything else, because normally in Boots it's 3 for 2. So I would get, if it was me, I would try this. I would try the 24-hour Stay Super Stay Foundation and one of the eyeshadow quads. That's your 3 for 2, and probably the eyeshadow quad would be free. I like Maybelline. I used to hate Maybelline. I never used to see the point of it. I used to think all the stuff was like crap. But now I think they're actually getting decent. I really like this mascara. I love that Super Stay Foundation. I mentioned it before. It's a little bit too light for me at the moment, but I've been wearing a bit of bronzer over it, and it's okay. Yeah, really good brand. The eyeshadows are really pigmented, especially if you use a primer underneath them. They kind of glide on. This review has just turned into a little ramble about Maybelline. Really like them. And as far as I know, unlike L'Oreal, Maybelline doesn't test on animals. That's as far as I know. I'm not sure, but that's another positive in my book. I don't like L'Oreal because I went on their website because I was never sure whether they tested on animals or not, and I was a vegetarian for 2 years, so I'm still pretty about, you know, animals and stuff. So I went on the L'Oreal website just to see what they said, because I've kind of heard people saying, oh, they're not clear about whether they are or not. And they even say themselves they're not clear about whether they're like whether they test on animals. Their ethos at the moment is to try and get animals like not out to get animals out of the laboratories, but they're not sure whether they're in the laboratories. That if you go on their website, that is basically what they say. So I'm not really too sure about that, but yeah, really like Maybelline. Like in High Street at the moment, I went like through a phase where I only wanted MAC, but it's expensive. I'm a student, I can't really afford it, but it is nice. But I definitely think with mascara you can kind of scrimp a bit, and this is definitely a mascara I would really recommend you to try because it's awesome. And if I like it, means it's good. But little disclaimer, kind of going back on what I just said, just because it works for me doesn't mean it will work on you. But for me, it is really good, and a couple of my friends love it as well. So, and we all have different lashes, but really like it. If you find it too clumpy, wait for it to dry out a bit and then use it again, and you'll love it. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. Bye, guys.